Hi, my name's Natalie Agee, and I will be explaining the due diligence period and the due diligence fee in North Carolina, a simplified version. So, the due diligence fee is a fee to the seller from the buyer to take their house off of the market. The fee price varies depending on the current market. You'll pay a higher due diligence fee if there are many offers on the property or if it is currently a seller's market. It also depends how long the property was on the market and how much the property is and what the value of the property would be. So to get this money back, if you will get it back if you do purchase the property. But if you do not, they will keep the fee to compensate the house being off the market. So it is due the effective date of the contract. You will pay this fee at that time. And a normal time frame for the due diligence period is around 3 weeks, and it could be a little less if to show the seller that you are very serious about purchasing the home. So during the due diligence period, you have to get a lot of things done to make sure you know everything about the property before you're purchasing it. So during this time, you would order home general inspections, and they would check everything to see if there's anything wrong. If they do find anything wrong, you'd order specialized inspections. Or if there's something like another potential issue like a septic tank, you'd want to get a specialized inspection for that. And as an agent, you will be negotiating for the repairs that should be done with the seller's agent to make sure your buyer is getting the best deal, and if there are any issues they should be fixed, you would want to negotiate that for them. And then you would need to make sure to order a title search to check that the seller does legally own the home and to see if there are any liens or encumbrances on the title, which mean there could be restrictions on the property or debt tied to the property. So you want to make sure you have a clear title before purchasing. And then you'd want to order a survey to confirm the property boundaries to make sure there's nothing going over your property, what you're paying for, and you need to make sure that you know when your property boundaries end. And then you'd also need to look at flood maps and zoning maps. So to make sure the property is being used for what it is legally allowed for in that area, and checking to see if the property would need flood insurance depending where the property sits. So that would be a financial factor in the purchase decision as well. And then also, number 6, checking with homeowners associations to see what the rules are and what the fee is and how often you need to pay the fee. And then number 7, appraisal. It can be done, some lenders require it for the loan amount to make sure they're giving you for what the house actually appraises for, not more than that. So, and then number 8, you could confirm financing. You need to make sure you will be able to secure this loan if you do decide and move forward with purchasing the house. And 9, confirm your insurance. Make sure you're selecting the right insurance for this property. And if any issues arise with these factors, sellers can discount the price for the property, or if issues come up, or they could fix any repairs you order before they sell it to you, or they could decide to not do any of that and just keep it on the market. So time is of the essence with the due diligence period. The due diligence period is set to expire in the contract, let's say September 2nd at 5 p.m. And then it's September 2nd at 5:01 p.m. You can no longer back out of that contract. You have to make sure you are, as an agent, you're making sure your client is staying up to date on all these deadlines and making sure they are completing all the things they need to do in this due diligence period on time, because you cannot back out of the your offer contract after the due diligence period. So it is very important as an agent to make your buyer clients have a great experience buying a home stress-free, so you want to make sure you're definitely keeping up with all of these things before the period ends. And if they do find more issues, you can ask as your buyer's agent to the seller's agent to extend the period if you need more time. They can say yes or they can say no. So I hope this helps.